KUWAIT KNANAYA Cultural Association, as well as the KNANAYA Middle East Convention. His Grace, the Apostolic Nuncio, has inaugurated this Jubilee of KUWAIT KNANAYA Cultural Association. As we all know, His Grace represents the Holy Father, and therefore the KNANAYA community in Kuwait, as well as the whole Middle East, not only that, the KNANAYA community throughout the world is really privileged to have His Grace and His presence and inauguration of this Jubilee, because it is, in a way, the blessings of the Holy Father. So, Your Grace, we are really grateful to you for coming over here and inaugurating this Jubilee of the KNANAYA Cultural Association of Kuwait. 25 years in the life of this association is really full of so many events. And this first part of the history of this association, especially as the pioneer KNANAYA Association in the Middle East, has a lot to communicate and inspire the other KNANAYA associations in different parts of Middle East. And as you all know, the Middle East has a great significance for the KNANAYA community, because it is from here that our forefathers in the 4th century, in 345 AD, came off to India. And we remember the leadership was given by a layman, Mr. KNANAYA. Of course, he was not alone. From that time onwards, the great spiritual support and assistance extended by the church to this group of pioneers has been reflected and manifested throughout the life of the KNANAYA community. The first group of immigrants, which under the leadership of KNANAYA was inspired by the presence and blessings of Uraha Mareusip, the bishop. From that time onwards, the ecclesiastical approval and recognition given to this group has been wonderfully working for the growth and development of this community. And we all know the great role this community has placed in enriching and nourishing the Christian faith in the Indian subcontinent. We know when many of the Christian communities in other parts of India gradually vanished, the Christian community in Malabar could sustain and support itself mainly because of the presence and spiritual leadership given by the KNANAYA community, as well as the bishops who came from the Middle East to support this community. So, the history of Christianity in India very well shows how the Christianity in India is indebted to the Christian community in the Middle East. Naturally, in the course of time, the Christianity in the Middle East became weak, and to a certain extent, it was practically removed from here. But now we have another story to tell. The Christian community from India, from Kerala, came over to this part of the world again, remembering those glorious moments in the history of Christianity in the Middle East. Now today, when we are celebrating the silver jubilee of the KNANAYA Catholic Association of Kuwait, these memories all come together and tell us how God is working through the wonderful history, not only of the church, but also of the KNANAYA Catholic community. My dear brothers and sisters, now when we are gathered here to celebrate the jubilee of this KNANAYA Cultural Association of Kuwait, we should be really grateful to God for the wonderful gifts He has bestowed upon us throughout these centuries. Our forefathers who carried the torch of Christian faith to the Indian subcontinent, who nourished the Christian faith and enriched the Christianity in India, naturally carried the faith in their hearts, and they had transmitted it to the generations. Today, you are the people who carry that light in your heart and kindle it here in the Middle East again as a sign of our token of gratitude to our forefathers who came to India from here. Now, going back or looking back into the history, we have so many glorious moments to remember. Because of the shortage of time, I don't dare to go into that. One thing I want to tell you, of course, the KNANAYA community has grown widely into different parts of the world. Wherever we go, we are strongly committed to the Catholic faith and we are strongly adhering to the church. We are, as loyal members of the church, try to live our faith in such